can't quantify that. You can't say that he does everything that Magic does and better.
LeBron does everything that Magic does and better. That's what I said.
Give me an example.
He can pass better.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
He can score better.
Wait a minute.
He's a better scorer.
You're going off the rails. You said he was the best point guard, right?
Yes.
So it's not really a scoring thing, right?
It should be.
So you mean to tell me that LeBron is a better leader than Magic? That's what you're telling me?
LeBron, let me finish. LeBron is a better passer. He is more athletic. He can finish better. He can shoot better. He can defend better. There's literally nothing that Magic Johnson does better than LeBron James. And I'm not even a LeBron fan.
How are you quantifying and qualifying these? Like, where are you getting this? It sounds like an idea. It doesn't sound like it's really coming from a place of like.
Okay, scoring is easy. Scoring
LeBron's
is
a better scorer than Magic.
like it's not even close.
All right.
It's not even close.
Fine.
The only area where they're even close is passing.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that Magic couldn't rebound?
Not as well as LeBron.
Magic wasn't the leader.
Not as good
Magic
as
is
LeBron.
not like the all-time everything in passing. In half the time that he's been, I don't know the number, but he was in the league for way less time than LeBron, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to take LeBron 20 plus years to get to a place where Magic has been in way less time.
You
Right.
just talk about the actual number of assists.
So I mean, I'm talking about the number. And leadership does matter, right?
Yeah, and LeBron's a better leader.
Well, how do you think that? Like, what makes you say that?
He's won on 3 different teams.
Did he have good teams, or did he lead them to the promised land?
Where were the Cavs before he got there?
I have no idea, but they've had great teams
Wait,
in the
wait.
past, though.
But what was their record before he got there?
I mean, to
They
get
won,
the number
like-
one pick, you probably had to have a terrible record.
They had like 20. They had like multiple 20-win seasons.
Okay.
What about let's see, the Lakers? They missed the playoffs like 18 times. That's an exaggeration, but they missed it like 6 years in a row.
I mean, it wasn't that many, but I mean,
It was 6.
They missed it.
It was 6 years
All right, they missed it a couple times.
before LeBron got there. What happened when he got there? And I hate you making me be.
Well, what has
LeBron.
happened? What has happened since he's been there? They
Hey.
didn't make the playoffs. They lost in the first round. They won the bubble chip, and then they
The
didn't
bubble
make-
chip.
Yeah. That's what it is.
But,
And,
like,
respectfully,
It's still a chip, and there are plenty of teams
Okay.
that don't even have one.
but they haven't done anything.
There are plenty of teams that don't even have one.
But they haven't done anything since that. Nothing.
And
the-
there's
the
teams,
year, and the year before that, nothing.
and other teams just did nothing.
Well, that's not who we're talking about. We're talking about,
He's
the
won.
best point
He's
guard
won
ever.
on 3. He's won on 3 different teams.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have good teams. You win.
But they weren't good before he got there. That's my point. They weren't good teams before he got there.
So the Heat never won anything before
The
LeBron
Heat-
got there?
That's why I didn't use the Heat in my example. I was talking specifically about the Cavs. You
You
could
said
even,
3 different teams, so I mean,
he's still one over there. But you can look at the first time he went to the Cavs. Obviously, he got swept, but
Yeah.
they were terrible. But that was him by himself sitting there with your boy Eric Snow,
yeah.
averaging a solid 3 points a
Yep,
game.
You're right.
Solid
look.
3 points a game.
Yeah, if LeBron was a better leader, he probably could have got Eric Snow. He could have, he could have got him some. Could have elevated his game,
got him
right?
up to his career averages of 6.
Because according to you,
To his career averages of 6.
yeah, I mean, he could. I mean, if he can get that thing up to 10, that's perfect for a point guard playing alongside LeBron. How does that work, by the way?
Because LeBron's the point guard, not Eric Snow.
Yeah, all right, fine, but can you just tell me who he's made better?
He's made plenty. He made shooters better.
How did he make shooters better though?
Yes.
Or have they always been able to shoot?
Yeah, but they haven't been able to shoot with being wide open because everyone's trying to guard LeBron.
there's no difference between that and them, running off of a double screen or something. Their job is to shoot shots and to shoot open ones.
Yeah, but running off a screen is significantly harder than just standing in the corner catching shoot. You can't say that having like to run around 18 screens to go get one shot is harder than LeBron going down the middle and then his person comes to double or the shooter comes to double and LeBron just goes like this.
Hey, winning's hard, man. Nothing's easy.
Yeah, that's why he's won it.
Nothing's easy.
That's why he's won in 3 different places.
Well, listen, I mean, I don't know if Magic had any. I don't know if he handpicked any team he's ever been on. I think he just always. I think
and
he's
Magic
worked
came into a situation. He came into a great situation.
So could you imagine how tough that is for for a rookie?
I think if you're a star, it's not that tough. I think LeBron would have done the same thing, but better.
So you're saying he's a better leader?
Yes.
Even though he makes superstar players average.
Who did he make average? What superstar player did he make average?
What?
What superstar player
Chris
did he make
Bosh,
average? He didn't make him average.
Kevin Love. Pre-LeBron, we're talking 24, 25, 27, and 12. Both of them, all NBA every single year.
Rings before LeBron. Rings after LeBron.
That has nothing to do with him making them better or worse. That's just what happened.
The third option in a big three always has to take a hit.
But weren't you the one that was telling me those top three normally score 80% of the points?
And they still were.
Okay, so they actually weren't.
Look.
Bosh's stuff was in half.
Huh?
Bosh's
he still
numbers
averaged
were
17. It wasn't half. He averaged 9 less points per game. I got that off the top of my head.
He just made it up.
No.
Cool.
I'm saying I have we could look at it. In Toronto, his averages are around 26 points per game. In when he was with the Heat, it was about 17 points a game.
Okay, that's crazy, right?
So if you have,
that's what I'm saying.
So that's not crazy because you still have to. Who would you rather shoot, him or Dwayne Wade? So Dwayne Wade still got to get his. The top 2 players are always going to score the most. That's why.
Now it's the top 2 guys. All right.
I'm just
making sure.
Look, you need 3 scorers, but 3 scorer you can't have 3 scorers score 20 points a game.
Why can't you have that?
Because it just doesn't happen. It didn't even happen with Kyrie, Harden, and Durant.
I mean, they didn't play any game, but when they played, they
all
averaged 20.
No, Harden did not.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
Okay, 19. Sorry. Yeah.
That's the difference.
No, 19 and 20 is the same.
That's the difference.
Okay, so Magic led his team to 5 rings as a point guard. So tell me how Bron topped that really quick.
He was placed in a great situation. LeBron's not done yet.
Wait a minute.
LeBron's not done yet.
So Magic was placed in a great situation, right?
Yes.
And so what? LeBron was just thrown into the worst thing ever?
Okay, his first Cavs team might be one of the worst supporting casts in NBA history. Right behind Allen Iverson's squad.
But he's such a great leader. I mean, better than
Magic. That's why they went to the finals.
Better than Magic Johnson even.
That's why they went to the finals with essentially like some of the best G League players.
Did his number 2, Larry Hughes probably, or Ilgauskas, did they not average 20 points?
No.
Were they not all-stars?
When they averaged 20.
Ilgauskas, he was an all-star.
He was putting up 14 and 14. He wasn't putting up 20.
Nah, see, you're going to have to actually look that one up because I'm telling you that
I'm getting mixed up with Vergel. He put up 14 and 14. That was his best teammate.
Man, 14 and 14. That's crazy. Like,
that's
you need that guy, right? You need that role player, right?
Huh?
You need that guy.
Hold up. So you like... Now you're going to get me started. So you like 14 and 14. How you like 15 and 15?
From a 7th man, I love it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that from a starting center? You mean? Oh,
Huh?
those were starting center numbers.
Oh, okay.
That you were
Okay.
talking about. Oh,
Huh?
the guy I
No,
was talking about, 14 and 14.
he was a starter.
But
He was a starter.
he was a fourth option.
He was a starter.
He was a fourth option, not
Offensively?
the second best player on the
Offensively,
team. Yeah, he's a cleanup guy.
yeah.
So
The 15 and 15 guy is the fourth option on that team.
the 14 and 14 guy was not an all-star. That should let you know the difference between the times back then and the times right now.
He should have played better defense.
You know,
He should have played better defense.
man.
Hey, Rudy, go kill it this year. Rudy,
Go get
Doubter.
go get your 15
Doubter.
and 15. Get your 15 and
no,
15.
no. See this doubter
I
right here?
support you. I support
Look,
you.
You know what
But
needs to happen? LeBron and Rudy Gobert need to team up. LeBron is throwing all them lobs up there, and Rudy's gonna come through like a pterodactyl in the sky. Caw-caw! I don't know if that's the sound they made was caw-caw!
But you
Gobert,
know, hey,
bam.
but you know, pterodactyls are extinct, right?
Hey,
All right. So, but that's what I'm saying. But that's your man. I get it. He's, 15 and 15.
just wait.
I mean, he might be about 10 and 12 this year. Anyway.
Well, that's because they got a lot of scoring threats now.
Listen. Okay, Gobert's good. 15 and 15. He's the greatest center ever. Wait, what'd you call him? The greatest defensive big man. What'd you
Just
call
the
him?
defensive player.
So the best defensive player ever.
Yes. Like,
Rudy Gobert.
okay. Well, we have to. So when we talk about defense, we have to talk about best rim
Effort?
protector. Best rim
Okay.
protector, because there's a difference between perimeter defenders
Right?
and rim protectors. So if we're talking about best perimeter defenders, names like Scottie Pippen come to mind.
Yeah.
Like those are the names that come to mind. But you can't. Everybody needs a rim protector, because that's where a lot of shots come from, especially in your time.
You ain't lying. But according
Hey, Rudy Gobert would be sending stuff on a first class flight in
listen.
the night. If you, oh my God, if you let Rudy Gobert just camp in the paint in the 90s, he'd be bow.
Hey,
bow,
look.
bow.
You know what? Yeah, he would have earned that contract that he got, recently if he was in the 90s.
He's doing that now. You look at the percentage that people shoot against Rudy Gobert, and that's all you need to see.
But
And the stat that doesn't show up is that when Rudy Gobert is in the game and he is sitting down there, people just don't go and shoot. That's the craziest statistic to me. That people just yeah, Rudy's there. I'm gonna just stay out here because that's a lost cause.
or is it that now they just shoot a bunch of threes a majority of the time, and they're not really worried about Rudy because he's
No.
down there and we're up here.
No. Players that would normally go blow by. And this is the actual I don't have the actual number, but I was looking at the analytics for it. But people who would normally go drive down the lane and blow past their defender and then get an open layup because the rim protector, let's just say, actually you can look at the difference between Hassan Whiteside, who for years was proclaimed as a good to great defender with shot blocking skills. As soon as Hassan Whiteside went in the game, the same player that would not go down the lane to go score on Gobert would see Hassan Whiteside and was like, yeah, it's my time. This is just a fact of the game.
No, that's an opinion.
No,
Nobody's scared of Rudy Gobert.
They are. They really are.
No, I mean nobody.
No, they are. Then why aren't they going down there?
What's the kid from that went to the Knicks and got paid from Dallas? Not Rick, but Jalen Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
I watched his little 5'10" layup. Rudy's
Once again, we're talking about you have to pull him out, and then the other people are not picking up the slack. You have 4 turnstiles at all times around Rudy Gobert.
So he's a better defender than Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons is a perimeter defender. He's not a rim protector. We're in 2 different categories. Despite his size, he is not a rim protector.
But the game's played on the perimeter now, correct?
In a sense,
like they turn down fast break layups for fast break 3.
yeah, it's because Rudy Gobert's there.
Well, hey, look. So he changed the whole game. So it's really him, not Steph. It was Rudy. And
It was
his
Rudy.
rim
It was Rudy.
protection-
It was Rudy and
His rim
Steph.
protection is what
It was-
made
it was-
everybody push
it was-
back to the
it was-
3-point line.
It was player. Actually, yes.
I ain't mad at that.
Actually, yes.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not gonna say it was all Rudy Gobert, but it was the effects of a lot of big people like playing great defense down in the paint, and people are like, "Hey, maybe if we shoot the open shot instead of the one where the 7-foot guy who blocks everything is standing right there, maybe we'll make more shots." And the craziest analytic is like 33% from 3 and 50% from 2 are the same thing.
Yeah, but do you think that's true? You think that's true? Or is 33% from 3 and 50% from 2 exactly that? I make more twos. I make it more when I shoot twos than I do with threes.
3 points are worth more than 2 points.
Yeah, but if I've got 10 twos and you've got 3 threes, I win.
You got 10 twos.
Yeah.
I just got to shoot more threes.
That's your 33% clip. Like, hey, look, you start
I
doing
just
the
gotta- I
numbers,
just
and
gotta- I
it's
just
not
gotta-
looking good for you.
I just got to shoot more threes. And plus, I'm not shooting only 33%. So
I mean, so you say, like we can actually, we can put that one to the test. But so Bron is the greatest point guard ever.
yes,
Rudy Gobert is the greatest defensive player ever.
best rim protector. Yes.
Oh, so he's the best rim protector, but not
Yeah.
the best defender, though.
I mean, you need to. I think you need to have two. I think you need to have the best perimeter defender and best rim protector. I don't think you can. Like Marcus Smart can't do what Rudy Gobert does, and Rudy Gobert can't do what Marcus Smart does.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to put them in two different categories of defense. But this is what I will say is that having an elite rim protector in a lot of ways can be more impactful than having an elite,
In this era, right now,
I mean, I think one of the best things that you could say for Rudy Gobert is that when he was off the court, the Jazz were a 30th ranked defense. When he was on, they were second.
but he was on the court for a majority of the game. That's what I'm saying. See, I know dudes like you who throw these analytics at people.
But
you hit him in the face with it, and it's really like, hold on.
well, he played 28 to 32 minutes a game. So those 16 minutes, they were the worst defensive team of all time.
Yeah, but he's in the game. He's in the game a majority of the time, so it doesn't matter. When he's off getting a break, it doesn't matter.
The split is what's important. The split is what you need to look at is if they're so bad, if they are historically a bad defensive team and then they become an elite defensive team when one player steps on the court, what does that say to you?
Listen, he is impactful for sure. He's impactful, but what I'm saying is that he's not. I mean, rim protection is not the key defensively. It's the guys the bigs who can switch out on guards and kind of stay in front of the perimeter guys.
Yeah,
Like,
on the perimeter they shot 37% when Rudy Gobert came out to the perimeter.
What's the average 3-point?
I'm not talking about 3-point percentage. I'm talking about just percentage in general, twos and threes.
Field goal percentage 33%.
Yes. When he comes, 37. I'm not talking. That's not the average field goal percentage. Average field goal percentage is 40 something.
But when he's on the perimeter, it's 33.
37.
37. So
Yeah.
I mean, so they shoot a little bit. They
Yeah.
shoot a little bit
Okay.
worse when he's out there.
And that was one of the better players. That was the craziest part. That was one of the better perimeter defenders on the team. That's I don't know if that speaks to Gobert or speaks about everybody else. I really don't know about that.
So how do you measure rim protection? Like when you bring up Rudy Gobert, you say Rudy Gobert.
Well,
I say Olajuwon. What do you say to that?
Well, when you look at, for rim protection, you could just straight up look at the percentage people shoot when he's at the rim.
We should get those numbers because I feel like Olajuwon, Shaq, even. I mean, I would think.
But we also have to go back. They never had to guard out on the perimeter at all. at all through the entirety of their career,
The game was different.
which made them worse, like defensively. Like because they didn't have to do as much, they're just not as good defensively. They were great in their era, but you can't tell me someone who had to do less defensively is better than someone who has to do more defensively now. You can't tell me that. I just can't. I can't go for that.
But the amount of value that you're putting on rim protection, especially Rudy's rim protection, is you make it seem like that is more valuable than even you're getting buckets every single time and never passing the people who are open because you're better than them.
I mean, defense wins championships. As much
Does
as I
it
hate,
really?
Yeah. Yes. There's only been like a few teams that have been outside of the top 15 in defense that even make the playoffs.
Well, the Celtics were the best defensive team in the playoffs, right?
But
Golden State was better offensively.
they were better offensively. But how good of a defensive team are the Warriors?
They're pretty good.
They're historically good.
No,
So
this year I don't know if they're historically good, but I know that they're good.
they essentially when they have their
little lineup out
they
there.
have their lineup, they're like a top 5 defense. So if you have like the number 1 offense in the playoffs and the top 5 defense, like, I'd rather have the second best offense and the second best defense and have like the first defense and the 5th offense.
So you'd rather stake your championship hopes on Rudy Gobert and not a Steph Curry or not a Dame or not a Kyrie.
I want to put them together.
Nah, no. Defense wins championships. So you're rolling with the defense. I agree with you, by the way, but I
don't
also believe that it's more about the offense than the defense.
I don't think it's as simple as that. Like I think one, it obviously has to be a mixture of both. But there's never been like a championship team that didn't play good to great defense. And you have like a handful of like teams that have won, specifically the '90s Pistons and the early 2000s Pistons that won without elite offenses.
Yeah, but the Warriors,
They have both. The Warriors have both. So like,
but it's more. They're more offensive.
no, they are elite. They're elite on both ends, what makes them so
they're
dangerous.
Way more. They're way more potent offensively.
Their defense creates offense.
I feel like their offense makes their defense easier. Isn't that funny? That's crazy, right?
Why?
Because it's the truth.
What's called when they go get stops and they send Curry, Clay, and Poole on a 3-on-3 fast break. That is where a lot of offense is being created through that confusion of what their defense is providing.
See, and I feel like that it's their offense, all the cutting that they do, all the passing that they do.
How does that have an effect on their defense?
I'm going to tell you. All the stuff that they're doing offensively, it wears that other team down.
No.
So when they come down, listen, so when they come down on offense, they go straight ISO ball. That's easy to guard.
Bro,
hey, let's give the ball to Jason Tatum and let him do a pick and roll every time.
Said that. I can't believe you just said
I'm just telling you what I know.
You like, hey, they're tired. Like,
no, I didn't say they were tired.
That's what you said.
I didn't say they were tired.
You said these NBA athletes are tired when they start running on offense.
When you make them work on defense, that gives them less. No, that just gives them less focus, less energy, less everything. When it comes time for you to play defense.
Yes, they're sleeping on the court.
I mean, they're not sleeping, but they're pretty. They look at the Celtics offense, right? It was terrible because it was Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum.
Their offense has always been a struggle for them, though.
Yeah, that's why they lost because their offense was trash. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Their defense was great, but guess what? Their offense was horrible.
But you're missing the part where like the Warriors have great defense and great offense. So if you only have great defense, of course you're not going to win.
Yeah, but what cancels what out? They both got great defense. One has a way better offense, and the other one has so guess what wins out? The one with the better offense. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No. Okay. So if they're, oh my God,
And I actually hear what you're saying.
look. So
And as a coach, I agree with you.
So if the Celtics offense is just a little bit better, like let's just say defensively, the Celtics are as good as the Warriors are offensively, and then we do it vice versa. That's a toss up. But the Warriors were better defensively than the Celtics were offensively.
Yeah, but the reason for that, this is what I'm trying to say.
Because they're tired.
No, the reason for that is because the offense.
Because they're tired.
No, because their offense is so potent. So of course, a highly effective, efficient offense is going to be, is going to outweigh just a consistent defense every time.
Come on.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. And it's so funny because you want to shoot the ball every time. That's your thing, and you want offense. I'm shooting the ball.
Yes.
I'm not passing the guys that I'm better than.
Yes.
How you gonna tell me that? And then at the same time, try to go this defensive route as if now that's just the crown jewel of the championship. That
It
ain't how
is.
goes.
It is. You can't name a championship team that didn't have good defense, like wasn't a good defensive team.
No, but I can name every single championship team that had a crazy offense.
But
The
you
Heat,
can't. But the
crazy offense.
crazy defense.
Yeah, but crazier.
Crazy.
offense.
No, their defense in those years were insane, except for the Spurs. Shout out Pop.
Yeah, shout out Pop because those old guys. It's so funny that
Hey, Pop changes with the game. Pop
don't
is,
do that.
Pop
No,
is
he's
old.
old. No,
Pop is
he's
He's less of
old.
an old head than you.
He's old. No, that's not. That is not
like,
true.
In comparison, like Pop is like he's a young dude. He's a young hip dude. This is the old head right here.
Hey, listen. I'm telling you, old means wisdom, and you got to come back. Like you got to come to this side so you can understand. Like, man, when
See, the crazy thing is, I see both sides. Like you're not that much older than me, but you act like you're 60.
No, I'm just telling you. I mean, the thing is that
The game has changed.
the reality, but it's changed, but fundamentally it hasn't changed. The reason the Warriors are so good offensively, they're using triangle sets. And by the way, when was that triangle established? The 90s, something like that.
They're not running. They're not even really running the triangle. They're running like the Spurs motion offense.
Listen, they're running elements of that triangle.
Elements, but it's heavily predicated on the Spurs motion offense.
Okay, well, that and the triangle, right?
A little bit.
That's not new. That's not new. All this new stuff everybody's trying, all these gimmicky, high pick and roll every single time. You saw the Warriors doing the little arm in arm screen. They're being,
They win.
They're doing things, yeah, but
Those
they
teams
have
are
an
winning.
old school. They have an old school mentality and an old school feel to their game.
No, they don't. Because ain't nobody pulling up from half court
Hey.
in the 90s.
Your boy Kyrie, what did he do in the first round of playoffs with all of his skill and all of his, all of his creativity? No. You know what won out in the end? Just solid defense, teamwork, regular things like that, old school things, blue collar things.
But you were just talking about how defense doesn't win.
No,
You were just talking about, look, they had a potent offense, and they got clamped up.
yeah, they didn't win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have a potent offense because when you just have, once again, when you just have somebody just playing iso ball, that doesn't work.
It worked in Cleveland.
No, it didn't. I didn't see much iso ball in Cleveland.
When Kyrie and LeBron dropped 44 apiece, that was all iso ball.
That one game.
I mean,
was
that was
iso ball.
that was most of the series.
No. That one game was iso ball. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That was most
like,
of the
hey, my
series.
turn,
Yes,
your turn. Yeah, no,
that
I feel
was
that.
most of that series.
But it was not. But that's just not how it's won.
Kyrie is also the best bad shot maker of all time.
Well, dang. So it's just everybody's just the best at something.
I mean, now
That's what you're telling
we're
me.
in the highest skilled era of basketball right now.
Well, I mean, you can say that, but I like to think that, I don't know, Michael Jordan,
He
Kobe,
was
Kobe Bryant,
anomaly.
Jason Kidd, Steve Nash. I mean,
Don't start me.
the list.
Don't say Steve Nash.
Listen,
Don't say Steve Nash. Don't even mention that name to me.
the list of names. So
Don't mention Steve
tell
Nash.
me how
to
you're
me.
gonna hate on Steve Nash now. He wasn't good.
He was.
Oh,
He
okay.
just stole a couple MVPs.
You know why? It's that old
I'm
school,
not-
that old school game. I'm telling you, they like that old school way that he plays the game. He's out here playing it the right way, passing it to people, moving the ball around. He's not shooting it every time.
Yeah, that's why you can combine John Stockton and Steve Nash's rings. You can put them all on one hand.
Listen,
Combined.
I'm not going to let you keep just bashing Stockton like he was trash.
Oh, he was trash.
He was not
Steve
trash.
Nash. Steve
No, no,
Nash
no.
was garbage.
Steve, oh,
Sorry, not Steve Nash. Steve Nash was not Steve Nash.
all right, okay.
That's not-
You're
that's
taking
not-
that one back.
No, I'm taking that one
Okay,
back.
all right.
I like Steve Nash. John Stockton was garbage.
Dude, listen to me.
Garbage.
Let me tell you something about John
That was your
Stockton.
second player,
Listen,
averaging Rudy Gobert numbers that you hate.
I mean, for a point guard, those are perfect numbers.
Put up Rudy Gobert numbers.
Nine assists from your point guard, and probably what, if I had to guess, 15, 16 points, 16 and 9
He
from
was
your point guard.
13 and 13.
13. I mean, from your point guard, that's what you need.
No, you don't. That's why he didn't win. If that's what they needed, they would have won at least one.
No. This has happened so many times that good teams just like the Kings. You just happen to run into the Lakers. The Jazz just happen to run into the Bulls.
The Kings ran into Donaghy and his crew.
All right. Well, you ain't lying about that. I followed up on that, by the way.
You watched that?
I followed up on that, and that was crazy.
That was, like I said, worst
not gonna lie to you.
ref game in NBA history.
Listen, and I am a Kobe guy through and through, and he was balling, right?
Obviously.
I mean, he was balling. But, some of that stuff that was going on in my head, like, and I'm just by myself watching this,
Yeah.
right? But in my head, I'm like, dang, you just really, I mean, like, literally nobody was even in the area,
Mm-hmm.
and you call the foul, and I'm in my house, like, trying to keep it quiet as if you're sitting right next to me, but I really see it. I see it for real, but I'm trying to just act like I don't, because it was insane. But they still,
You still have to capitalize.
That Lakers team
You still have to
was
capitalize.
stupid. So John Stockton ran into, Michael Jordan.
What about when he
the
was
GOAT.
gone? What about when he was gone? How long were their careers?
No, they were pretty long.
What-
But
what-
everybody doesn't win every time, right? Four
They didn't win.
rings-
They
four
didn't win
rings in
any.
20 years.
They didn't win any.
Hey, that happens sometimes.
They didn't win any.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Hey.
They were better than everybody else except for that one team. Like, why do we never give people credit for that?
Why would we give credit to the loser?
But it's not about winning rings or not. It's about
It is about winning rings.
Who's at the top of the league? You know who it was? John Stockton and Karl Malone.
They would have a ring then.
No, it just it just doesn't happen for everybody. It just doesn't happen for everybody.
All right. We're gonna close on that. Also, I just want to know. Nah, I'm not even gonna say it.
Okay.
How's Karl Malone still walking around? Goodbye.
Oh no.